Welcome to Love Connection, where old-fashioned romance meets modern-day technology, where you hear all the intimate details of a first date. And now, here's the host of Love Connection, Chuck Woolery.
He likes to walk, he likes to talk, eat, hold hands, kiss on a first date, looking for a woman whose interests range from fishing to cooking. Now, she should also have a good sense of direction because his is pretty bad. Please welcome Jermaine Williams. Hi, Jermaine, how are you? So you have a bad sense of direction.
Very bad.
How bad?
Well, I once got lost around the corner from my house, and I was actually in tears.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, how old were you at the time?
I was 41.
You were 41?
Yeah. And all I had to do was turn the corner, and I would have been home.
Holy cow, that's bad. Yeah.
I was lost.
Let me remind everybody what happened yesterday. Our studio audience saw Jermaine's three choices. They voted for the one they liked. Let's take a look at all three women and catch you up. First, Jackie grew up on a farm in Texas. She's one of 16 children. Then there's Marcia. She describes herself as outgoing and doesn't mind approaching men. Finally, Maddie says that she gets asked out by younger men, but she won't date them. Now, the audience vote was recorded yesterday. We'll get to that a little later, but right now, Jermaine's going to tell us who he chose.
Maddie.
All right, she's backstage. Say hello to Maddie Singleton. Hi, Maddie. How are you? Good. Make yourself at home back there. Welcome to the show, and Jermaine will start us off.
Well, I talked to her on the telephone, and she told me that she was into channeling.
Channeling?
Channeling, yes. And, yeah.
Well, now you all sound like you know what that means. I don't know what channeling. What's channeling, Maddie?
It's when a spirit speaks to a living person.
Oh.
Gives you messages and that kind of thing.
Well, let's talk about it. What happened?
All right. Then I... Sorry.
Well, it's okay. We'll have some fun no matter what.
Okay, then I caught...
Once it goes, it'll never come back sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. I caught the train to San Diego.
Caught the train
and, yes. And,
she lives down there, I suppose.
Yes, she...
Okay.
I
decided she and I have a place.
Yeah. And so she had told me she was into exercising. When I saw her, she was definitely built like she was into exercise. I met her, then we went to go and catch the ferry. And I left my jacket in the car, and
What did you think when you saw him, Maddie?
Well, I thought that he needed to exercise more and that he ate a lot of junk food.
Well, now, wait a minute, though, Maddie. I'm looking at Jermaine here. I mean, I don't know. He doesn't look like he needs exercise. He looks like he's in pretty good shape. Are you in pretty good shape?
Not like her.
Oh. So exercise more is what you're saying.
A whole lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you jump on the ferry. You're going to Catalina, have I got this right?
Coronado.
Oh, Coronado Island.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to rent a bicycle, the two-seaters.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good because you can kind of ease up when she's...
Well, think I didn't? So she...
That little hill coming here. Why don't you just press on?
Yeah. So we rent a two-seater bike. She sits in the front. I sit in the back. And at the few times that she wasn't looking, I did put my feet up because I haven't rode a bike in like over 20 years, and the girl was pedaling.
Yeah.
I mean, she was...
And when you're in the back, you can really sneak and do stuff like that, too.
Well, not with Maddie, because Maddie takes you out on these streets where the cars are going by and your life is flashing in front of you, and you're wondering what's going to happen next.
Well, now, how does he do it as a navigator? He couldn't find his way around his own block, so...
She gave me the map.
I gave him a map, and I knew I was in trouble when I turned around and the map was upside down. So then I took over.
Yeah, she did take over.
Boy, this is like, complete humiliation here. Almost.
Not for me.
No?
No. I just was wondering why the things that were on the map weren't showing up where we were going.
They were. It was just
Yeah,
you just
yeah,
didn't recognize.
yeah.
It. So now, where did you go on this bicycle built for two?
So we ride around, and then she hits a hill.
A hill.
Yeah, we go up a hill. I knew I had to pedal then because she would really know I wasn't doing anything. The girl's got legs, and she was going, and we went up the hill, and then we went around and, you know, did a little bike ride, and then it came time to take the bike back. Great time. Great.
Happy to see this now.
That was the best time taking
Of the
that
whole day.
bicycle back. Yes, parking it. I was very glad to park that
Get
bicycle.
rid of that.
For sure. I mean, I haven't been on a bike in a long time.
And you're on with a bike maniac too.
Exercise maniac.
Yeah.
You know.
What,
she's
was
a
he
great
kind
girl.
of tired when you got back, Maddie?
A little bit.
Was he?
But, you know, we had to wait for the ferry, so he had time to rest.
Okay. So now you jump back on the ferry.
We go to a vegetarian restaurant.
Is this your choice?
No.
Are you a vegetarian?
No, sir.
Maddie must be a vegetarian.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Well, now, was there anything that he enjoyed? Did he order anything like, you know, near turkey or near this or something that you can eat?
He had vegetarian pizza, black
Well-
bean pizza. That was good.
Well, now, how was that?
And
Was that
chili.
The chili was good.
The pizza did. What about the cheese? What do they do for cheese on those? They don't have cheese?
Well, I kind of didn't tell it like it was. I kind of said I liked the pizza,
You
but I didn't like the pizza.
But the chili. The chili wasn't.
I took the pizza home. The chili was good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the pizza, it was a little different. And I took it home and I put it in the refrigerator because my son will eat anything. And I put it in there for him, but the next morning he asked me, what was that? I told him vegetarian.
Did he mention his children, by the way, Maddie?
Yes, and that was kind of a turnoff because
Why?
I have a 19-year-old son myself. No, it's not that I don't like children, but I have a 19-year-old son myself, and he just left home 3 months ago, and I enjoyed my freedom.
Oh, so it was a turnoff because his son's still at home.
Well, yeah, he has one 17 and one 4.
Oh, yeah. Be at home for quite a while. Hoffed your way through this one, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Let's take a look and see who the audience picked for you. Well, they picked Marcia, 45%. I don't know. Marcia seemed like a nice person. Would you like to go out with Marcia? And we'll pay for it. I see the audience picked. Yeah? Okay. And Maddie, I'm sorry we didn't make a love connection for you, but we'll try to find some healthy guy out there.
All right.
Yeah, thanks a lot for coming on the show
You're
and
welcome.
driving all the way up here. Enjoyed having you.
Thank you.
And good luck with your date with Marcia. Thanks for coming on the show. They don't always work out, but that was just kind of funny. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, we're going to come back with another couple of He was married for 5 years, been divorced for 5 years. He's from Sheffield, England. He considers himself a proper English gentleman, but he says that American women aren't impressed with his continental manners. Please welcome Peter Isaacs. Hi, Peter. How are you? Well, I tell you, maybe you should define a proper English gentleman for me.
Someone who wines and dines and kisses the hand and opens doors, buys them flowers.
See, that's kind of interesting because I don't equate that with Englishmen as much as I do like a continental type of guy.
Well, when I first came over here, and I wine and dine the girls and buy them flowers and all that, they seem to, you know, they don't seem to like it much over here. I mean, I take them out and wine and dine them, and then unfortunately, when I take them out again, they don't want to know me.
Wow. How do you handle this? It's like rejection, isn't it?
It's
exactly like it.
Like rejection. Yeah. A funny story was when I was in a nightclub recently. I went up to a girl, and she was beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And I tapped her on the shoulder, and I asked her if she wanted to dance, right? So she turned around, she looked me up and down, and then she turned back. So I tapped her on the shoulder again, and she turned around, and I said, "Excuse me, the music's too loud. You didn't hear what I said. I said you look fat in those jeans."
I bet you still didn't dance with her, did you? Okay, we're going to take a look at the women that Peter had to choose from. Now, remember, you're going to pick the woman that you think's best for him. Here we go. First, Tammy, she claims that the best way to meet a man is to walk up to him and say, howdy. She thinks that men shy away from her because she has 2 young sons. Tammy told us another reason why, is because of this.
They've probably been hurt before, so they'll come off to you, you know, with a lot of defenses and guards up, and they'll think right away, especially any man that's successful in any way, is going to protect his little gold mine so that, you know, they don't get taken for 3/4 of it in 6 months or something.
And next there's Diana. She's the mother of 18-month-old twins, so she's looking for a man who likes children. She loves quiet romantic dates, and Diana admits that she's picky about food, and here's what happened on a recent dinner date.
I was so picky with the meal that I had ordered, and I sent it back about 3 times, I think it was. It was not cooked enough, it was too cooked, and then they got some sour cream on my potato. And he said, if you send that back one more time, I'm going to leave. Well, I could have kept the meal, really, but I just wanted to see if he would leave. And I did send it back, and he got up and he walked out.
Finally, Keela, she's looking for a dark-haired man who still has his boyish charm. She claims that men love her long legs and her physically fit body. Keela's last date didn't pay much attention to her. Here's more on that.
All he could do was look at himself and kept saying, how do I look, how do I look? And he kept touching himself. And, yeah, just running his hands down his body. He was very bad taste of judgment for me.
She was obviously out with Michael Jackson. I guess. Oh, I just didn't know. All right, those are 3 women that Peter had to choose from. It's time for you to vote. Who do you think she should have gone out with? He should have gone out with. I lost my mind completely. All right. Audience votes all locked in. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll meet the woman that Peter selected here. Everything that happened on their date, 2 and 2. Be right back, guys. We're back. Peter's going to tell us who he picked.
Diana.
Haven't seen each other since the date. We always hear both sides. Say hello to Diana Elliott. Hi, Diana. How are you? He says hi. Make yourself at home back there, and Peter will start us off.
Well, I spoke with her a couple of times over the phone, got on really well over the phone. In fact, I got on well with the twins as well. Believe it or not, 18 months. Right.
18 months on the phone?
On the phone. She passed the phone over to Peter, her son, and he went, bow, wow, wow,
Oh,
which I found out later meant telephone.
Oh, yeah.
And she sounded really nice over the phone.
Good. Well, so now what happened?
Well, I got to the restaurant, and I was early, and I ordered the table, and then she walked in.
Oh, so you met her there?
I met her there at the restaurant, and I saw her walk in.
What'd you think?
Oh, she was fantastic.
Happy.
Absolutely great. She looked really, really nice.
What'd you do when you saw him, Diana?
Well, when I first walked in, he threw up his hand and yelled, Diana, I'm over here. And I just took such a deep breath. I was so thrilled. He had that gorgeous curly hair and his eyes just sparkled. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Okay. So, what, you remember what she was wearing?
Yeah, she was wearing a dark suit. It's like navy type suit. She looked very, very nice.
Did she?
Very nice. Yeah, she looked hot.
Is it something you picked out special for the date, or something that you've worn before, or what?
Originally, I had this gorgeous, tight, sexy, short black dress, and I had to feed my kids before I met him for the date, and my son spit up his oatmeal all over it. So
Well, see, that's what happens when you get kids around. They'll do that to you. So now you sit down, you seem happy with each other. What happens next?
Right, we go into the restaurant part, and she's obviously very intelligent. She was using words that I've never heard of. And she's good head on her shoulders. She's very intelligent.
Now, did he do anything to show you that he was kind of a proper English gentleman on this date, Diana?
Yeah, well, when we left the restaurant, we were going to walk over to a club, and he said, oh, wait, I have to get something out of my car. And he opened the passenger door, and he motioned me to go in, and on the seat were these beautiful roses, this huge bouquet of roses, and I was so thrilled, and I gave him a big hug. Yeah, I gave him a big hug for that because I really appreciated it. They were beautiful.
Oh, that's very nice.
So we get into my car and we just drive round to the club because earlier on in the evening I'd asked where we should go to the bartender. He said, oh, there's a nice club around the corner. So we went round. We walked in, Chuck. I could have died. We were the only two in this place.
Well, you could have requested anything you wanted, that's for sure.
Well, there wasn't even the DJ.
Did you stay
there.
at this club, Diana?
Yeah, we did. It wasn't really romantic because they were kind of picking up the chairs and sweeping around us, and they were all kind of staring at us, the bartender and stuff. But we were pretty much into our conversation and looking at each other, so it didn't really bother me. No.
It doesn't matter. The worst ambiance doesn't matter when you're with somebody you like. Right. Tell me how it ended.
Okay, so we leave the club, and I drive her back round to her car, just around the corner. And I'm a little bit nervous. I wanted to, like, give her a peck on the cheek, right? So I built up enough courage, and I leant over, gave her a peck on the cheek. Then suddenly she grabs hold of me and gives me this really nice hug. So I was...
Diana's like that. You gotta... Yeah, well, you were surprised, weren't you?
I was. Yeah. And on the way home, I was thinking, wow, what a kiss.
Because didn't I say I don't kiss on the first date, right?
You said that to him, and then you did that?
Yeah. I couldn't resist.
Oh, good. Let's take a look and see what the audience picked for you. Keela, 37%. Boy, it was close. Very close, 2 percentage points. But if, you know, I have to say, if you'll go out with Keela, we'll pay for it. But if you don't want to, you can do whatever you want.
I want to see her kids. I want to see her again.
Is it okay with you? Come on out, Diana. Have a seat. Have a seat right there. Well, you certainly didn't carry any weight after those kids, did you?
That's the jeans.
Well, it's
nice
nice to have you here. Good luck to you both.
Thanks.
Stay in touch. We do that?
Yeah.
We'll come right back with the next guest. Stay with us. We need our next guest. She describes herself as not very serious. Her friends tell her she looks like the soap opera star Susan Lucci. She doesn't agree with that, but she does think that her life resembles a soap opera storyline. Please welcome Debbie St. Germain. Oh, yes, Chuck, my life is like a soap opera. Oh, now why?
Well, just like in the soap operas, how they always seem to, like, be with one guy one week, another one week. Well, I just seem to meet a lot of guys and... Don't mean that, I mean date a lot. I just seem to, like, meet one guy and then I'll be with somebody else the next week. It's just never a dull moment.
Oh, well, this is obviously your choice, though.
Well, right now, yeah.
So you're not interested in really a serious relationship?
If I found the right person.
Oh.
But it just, I mean, what I've met has just been, like, surface having
Turnover
fun.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's take a look at the tapes that Debbie saw. Remember, you're going to vote again. Here we go. David says that he can't stand a woman who smokes, wears too much makeup, or is too affectionate. He admits that he has trouble understanding women, and here's an example.
We just got hit by a downpour, and I mean, not that it was really anybody's fault, but she was in a downer mood for like I mean, she was soaked. I mean, we were both soaked. I thought it was kind of funny, but it was the first date. It seemed to have changed her whole attitude towards the date, and I don't know why.
Next, there was Dwayne. He makes it a rule to avoid ditzy blondes, claims that he hasn't had a serious relationship in 10 years, and he says that if a woman cries around him, she can get anything she wants, and here's more on that.
I think a lot of men are vulnerable to that. You know, I know my brother is, but I mean, most people that I know, that if someone starts crying, it's all over. They want, you know. It's like, whatever you want, cheat on me, do whatever you want, just don't cry.
Finally, Jeff's originally from New Jersey. He claims that bringing flowers on a first date scares women off. His friends have been fixing him up lately, and he told us about one blind date that embarrassed him.
I noticed out of the corner of my eye, the waiter's starting to come with the food, and she catches him coming also. And she starts suiting up. She's putting on napkins on her shoulders and on her neck, and I know she's wearing a really nice dress, okay? But I mean, she had so much stuff, so many napkins. She looked like the Michelin Man.
All right, those are the three men Debbie had to choose from. Time for you to vote. Who do you think would be the best man for her? Audience made his choice. Debbie's going to tell us who she picked.
Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the comments going to find out everything that happened on Debbie's date tomorrow. That's our show for today. We'll be back tomorrow with Debbie and more singles trying to make a love connection. Until then, I'm Chuck Woolery. I hope all your dates are good ones tonight. See you then. Bye-bye.
Chuck Woolery's wardrobe furnished by Bernini. This is John Cervenka speaking for Love Connection. Love Connection is an Eric Lieber production produced in association with and distributed by Warner Brothers Domestic Television Distribution.